Hi, my name's Tamar, and something really strange happened to me recently. See, my mom died a couple of years ago. I had a horrible time after that. I did badly in school, got in fights with other kids, which is not like me at all, and cried all the time. My counselor said that someday I'd learn to let go of my mom, but I didn't want to hear it. She was my favorite person, and I loved her more than anything else in life. I just couldn't imagine my life without her. My dad has also had a very difficult time coping with my mom's loss. So, he has then finally decided that what we both needed was a fresh start. So we moved. Our new house was like something out of a movie. An old Victorian with creaky floorboards, a creepy attic, and lots of nooks and crannies. I thought it was so cool at first. I love horror movies, and this house definitely looked haunted. I thought my mum would have loved it too. Then I met the neighbor girl, Jessie, who's about my age. She said my house's backyard was on an ancient burial ground. I thought she was just trying to scare me, so I laughed it off, but Jessie stayed serious. The reason it took so long to sell the house was because it's so haunted, she said. Now, I don't believe in any paranormal stuff. That's what makes horror movies so fun, right? It's not real. I don't know if I believe in an afterlife or anything, but I hope I'll see my mum again someday. But there's no way to know. I really don't know what I believe, but I couldn't believe Jessie, so I blew off her story. An ancient burial ground? Yeah, right. About a week later, I awoke, or thought I did, to a noise downstairs. The clock said 3 a.m. I went down the creaky staircases and headed to the kitchen, where the noise had come from. As I approached, I heard footsteps, but when I got into the kitchen, there was no one there. I got myself a glass of water, but the cup had no bottom and all the water just poured out of it. When I turned, a little girl stood near the wall. She was very pale and wearing a white dress. I asked what she was doing there. She put her finger to her lips as if to shush me. Then she turned and pointed out the glass back doors. I was extremely scared of what I'd see if I looked out the doors, so I just stared at her. When she turned back to me, she smiled. I screamed, and then I woke up for real. All day at school, I couldn't concentrate. I just kept remembering the dream and breaking out in a cold sweat. I could still see the little girl's ghostly face and feel the dread that filled me when she tried to get me to look out the back door. That night, I had to force myself to turn off my lamp before bed. Nothing can get you. It was just a dream. I finally fell asleep. At 3 a.m., I woke again to a sound downstairs. I went to the kitchen for a glass of water. The water fell through the cup. I turned and saw the girl, and she pointed out the back door. As if in a trance, I turned to look through the glass doors, but as I did, I dropped my cup. As it crashed to the ground, the little girl vanished and I woke up. Now I was really freaked out. The same dream 2 nights in a row? I found Jessie at school the next day and asked if she was serious about my house being on a burial ground. Yeah, why? She asked. I don't know, I mumbled. I keep having this weird dream. I told her about it. You're getting visited by a ghost, she said. When people build over top of cemeteries, it disturbs the dead. They become restless. They can't find peace. Whatever, I said. I don't believe in that stuff. I'm probably just stressed or something. But the next night, I had the dream again. At school, my history teacher asked if I was okay. "You look like you haven't slept in a week," he joked. That night, I tried everything I could think of. I watched funny movies before bed. I kept the lamp on while I slept. I even made a protection spell from some Wiccan site online and put it by my bed. But the fourth night, I woke at 3 a.m. and went down the stairs. The girl was waiting for me. This time, when she pointed, I turned and looked out the door. My backyard was filled with graves, cracked, dirty marble and crumbling stone. I screamed, and then I woke up. "Still having the dream?" Jessie asked me at school. "Yeah," I muttered. "It's getting worse, and I don't know what to do." If you're dreaming the same thing over and over, your brain is trying to tell you something. Maybe you could try to figure out what the ghost in your dream wants and talk to her. That sounded crazy to me, but it was worth a try. That night, when I woke at 3 a.m. and went downstairs, I could feel something in the back of my mind telling me this was a dream, the dream. I watched the water pass through the bottom of my cup. See, it can't be real. I didn't want to turn. I knew when I did, I'd see the girl's pale face, but I made myself do it. The girl pointed out the back door. I looked out and saw the graves. The stones looked old, but the earth around them looked freshly turned. I wanted to scream, but stopped myself. The girl stepped forward and took my hand. I almost freaked out, but I heard Jessie's voice telling me to figure out what the girl wanted, so I let her lead me to the back door and open it. When I stepped outside, there was no graveyard, only a bright summer sky and a beautiful lawn full of all the flowers my mom loved best. A strange sense of calm came over me. I understood suddenly that the girl in my dream wasn't really a ghost. She was my own brain, telling me I had to let go of my grief, that my mom would always be around me, in the flowers and the air and my memories, but I had to stop living like a restless spirit. I turned to the little girl beside me. "I understand now," I told her. "You can go and find your peace." She didn't reply, just walked out into the flowers and eventually faded away. I never had the dream again. I still think about it sometimes, and a shiver runs up my spine. Our dreams really do hold a mirror up to our waking lives. Mine was scary, but it taught me a valuable lesson about letting go. I still miss my mom every day, but I know that wherever she is, she's at peace, and I'm trying to be at peace too. What did you think of my story? Have you ever had a recurring dream? Share in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.